What's up, guys? Welcome into Nesson Football Now, presented by Mimecast. I'm Courtney Cox, and thanks so much for tuning in. Patriots fans had a sigh of relief this week because, well, in full Patriots form, everything is falling into place. The Pats took down the Bills 24-12 final, which is great because they clinched the AFC East for the 10th consecutive season. But wait, that's not all. Patriots fans did this when the Philadelphia Eagles scored a touchdown to put them ahead of the Houston Texans. The Eagles won that one, helping out the Patriots tremendously. Oh, and did I mention that the Miami Dolphins lost that day and the Pittsburgh Steelers? Patriots players loving how everything was coming up Pats. So on to the final game of the regular season. The Patriots are taking on the Jets, who are completely out of playoff contention, coming in at 4th in the AFC East. This is the second time these two teams have met this season, the first being November 25th in New York. The Pats took that one 27-13. Fans hoping that they get a repeated showing of Brady, who went 20 of 31 for 283 yards, passing and 2 touchdowns. But when you look at the stats, there's a glaring issue. Josh Gordon was the main target that game, 5 targets for 70 yards. Gordon, of course, will not be playing after stepping away from football to focus on his mental health. A win against the Jets will make the Patriots undefeated at home this season, the only undefeated team at home this season for the NFL. This would be their 7th time being undefeated at home. Oh, and a win against the Jets will give the Patriots their 13th playoff bye since 2001.
Yeah, it was great. Great win all the way around. I thought defense played great and gave us a bunch of chances, and just happy we won. It's a tough team. They play hard, and glad we won.
We just got to prepare hard and beat a tough division opponent. And I mean, even whatever their record is, it's always tough every time we play those guys. So definitely can't take the game for granted. Got to go out there, have a good week of practice, and just play hard for 4 quarters. Obviously, it's still sloppy out there today for us, and we know we got to be better. We still have a lot to improve on. So I think that's enough, motivation for us in itself.
All right, before we go any further, let's throw it to Doug Kyde for this week's Mailbag, where Doug answers your burning Patriots questions.
Hello and welcome to this week's Mailbag presented by Mimecast. I'm Doug Kyde. If you have a question for me, tweet it to me at Doug Kyde using the hashtag MailDog, and I will try to pick it and answer it. First question here comes from Dave Latham, who asks, last year Brady had the minor Achilles injury and crawled to the finish. This year it's the knee. Can we expect the same January resurgence, or is there not enough skill on offense? I think people do kind of forget that Tom Brady did finish the regular season pretty slow last year because of that Achilles injury. Then, as Dave points out, he did ramp it back up for the playoffs. So there's still hope here that Tom Brady can look like himself again for the playoffs. I think that he'll put a lot of concerns to rest if he looks like himself in Week 17 against the Jets. But even if he doesn't, and if the Patriots can win that game, then they do get that first-round bye in the playoffs, which should help Tom Brady heal whatever injury that he's dealing with in his leg, whether that's a knee, whether that's a thigh, whatever it is that's ailing him. I think that week off should help him to get some rest. But I do think that there could be a January resurgence for the Patriots offense. I do think that there's enough weapons on offense. It's just about getting them all involved. I think that James White has to get more involved. Tom Brady has to start looking other receivers' way other than Julian Edelman. That means Chris Hogan and Philip Dorsett. I don't know if we can expect anything from Rob Gronkowski in the playoffs. I kept waiting for him to look like himself. It really has not happened this year. So I think that as long as he can rely on James White, Julian Edelman, maybe Chris Hogan or Philip Dorsett, get Sonny Michel involved in the passing game, Patriots offense could look okay by the time the playoffs come around. Second question here comes from William, who asks, Dougie, who has the best chance to take out the Chiefs in the divisional round? I think the playoffs, as long as the Patriots get that number 2 seed, playoffs could shake out pretty well for them, because that would mean that either the Chargers or the Ravens could take out the Chiefs in the divisional round. That's obviously a best case scenario for either one of those teams to beat the number 1 seed, who in this scenario would be the Chiefs, in that divisional round, because then if the Patriots beat the Houston Texans in the divisional round of the playoffs, and the Patriots would have home field advantage throughout the playoffs. Obviously, we're looking way far ahead here, but I think the absolute worst case scenario is the Patriots having to go to Kansas City to play the Chiefs in the playoffs, just because the Patriots have been so terrible on the road this season. 3-5. Another thing, I kept waiting for the Patriots to fix during the season, to get better on the road. It didn't happen, so I don't think they can be trusted on the road. So certainly, the Patriots hope to make the Super Bowl. I think they'll need home field advantage throughout the playoffs, and they'll need some help for someone to beat the Chiefs. Third and final question here comes from Cameron. Any offensive free agents you think would be a good fit for the Patriots next season? There's two names that I'm going to be looking at from now until March, one of which is Tampa Bay Buccaneers slot receiver Adam Humphries, who I think could be a Danny Amendola type signing for them. He certainly fits the profile of a Patriots slot receiver. He's had a couple good seasons with the Tampa Bay Bucs, and since he's a slot receiver, since he's that deceptively fast type, I don't think he'll break the bank for the Patriots to sign. So I'm kind of pounding the table for the Patriots signing Adam Humphries. One other guy, Patriots fans have been waiting to sign Larry Fitzgerald for years and years and years. He's finally a free agent. He'll finally be available. I don't know if he'll be willing to leave Arizona, but it's finally on the table, so that's just another one to look at. Adam Humphries, Larry Fitzgerald, bring one of them in. We'll see what happens.
Christmas Eve brought the win over the Bills. Christmas Eve saw the Pats in practice mode for a bit, and Christmas Day had the players spending time with their loved ones. Rob Gronkowski spent the holiday with his girlfriend, Sports Illustrated swimsuit model and former Pats cheerleader Camille Kostick. Tom Brady was also feeling the love. A little PDA by the Christmas tree with him and Giselle. Wonder if Jack took this. He definitely knows his angles. How about David Andrews spent time with his loves, a really good boy and girl. The McCourty twins got into the spirit and matching PJs with their family, having some fun with the caption. And Patrick Chung, wait, that's not Patrick. Well, anyways, he had help from Santa, wishing you all a Merry Christmas. All right, that will do it for this episode of Nesson Football Now, presented by Mimecast. Thanks for tuning in. One more game to go for the regular season. Can't believe it. Keep it on Nesson.com. We will have all of your coverage leading up to game time, 1 p.m. Sunday, December 30th versus the Jets at Gillette Stadium. Bye, guys.